Hey YouTube, it's WL Homeschool. Excuse me, and I thought I'd go ahead and participate in Tiffany Uzor's, I hope I pronounced that correct, Homeschool Moms Connect for October. And the theme for this month is Coming Clean. And I guess it's talking about the challenges that homeschoolers have. And this is our very first year homeschooling full time. And we have run into some challenges. I mean, it's been great so far, but there's been some things that have been challenging. Now, the first thing, one of my biggest pet peeves is that when I tell somebody that my son is homeschooled, they start talking about this whole big socialization and all this kind of stuff. It's still one of my big pet peeves, but I have found that trying to schedule play dates is so irritating. My son's an only child in the home, and we have absolutely no kids on our block or within a couple of blocks that are his age that we know of. I mean, there's just no kids. And so it is very difficult. Excuse me. And my siblings have no children. I'm the only one. So it's very difficult hooking him up with other kids to play on a regular basis. We had the same problem when he was in public school, um, trying to schedule play dates and such. But now that he doesn't see kids every day, you know, I would like him to have some daily interaction or at least a few times a week since he doesn't have any siblings his age in the home. Um, Let me see. So that's one of the things that's been a challenge for me. For the most part, he's complained a couple times. Like if my husband and I have not wanted to go play tennis or something, then he'll start talking about how there aren't any kids around. So, but other than that, he hasn't complained much. But I mean, it is an issue. So, but I think I'm gonna try to sign him up for a basketball team if it's not too late, and maybe he can make friends through sports in that way. Um, Secondly, let me see, what do I have down here? Lesson planning. I am I work full time, so right now my mother does the homes some of the homes most of the homeschooling during the day. So, but I'm the one who plans the lessons, so that poses not too big of a problem, but it's frustrating because it's almost like a delayed, not reaction, but there's a delay in whether or not a lesson is going well or what I've done. Like if I was actually the one there executing the lesson, then I could modify it on the spot. My mother, oopsie, does what she can, but but there's kind of a disconnect there. She's very good at communicating, what he's done well, what she thinks he needs excuse me, work on and things of that nature. But it just, without me like seeing the lesson being played out right in front of my eyes, sometimes that can be frustrating because I'm not sure, 100% sure that he's getting exactly what he needs. So that's somewhat frustrating. Let me see. I'm sorry. Also, with the lesson planning, I plan to do it like a week out, not too much more than a week out, but it's becoming increasingly a daily lesson plan, especially once I communicate with my mom and she gives me, gives me some information on how the day went. Then sometimes I modify what I was going to do for the next day. And we have a lot going on in our family, and plus I've been sick, coughing for the last 4 or 5 weeks. So I haven't gotten much sleep. So my lesson planning went from, oh, I'm going to do this a week in advance to, every day trying to lesson plan and write out in the notebook what I want my mom to go over with him. So that's also been a challenge that I'm hoping within the next couple of weeks we can get that, you know, um, straightened out to where I can get back to doing it a week in advance. so that the only thing I would have to do is maybe do a slight modification based on communication from my mom. Let's see. The third thing I think that is very frustrating is that I want to be home. The plan, because my husband is retiring, the plan is currently that my mother was going to do the bulk of daytime homeschooling until my husband retires, and then he would take over. And that's still going to happen. I think it's great. Um, my mother's still going to help out. I mean, everybody in my family is a part of this. But I'm frustrated because one of the reasons that I wanted to homeschool was a selfish reason. I love seeing my son learn. And there's so many different things that I want to do to him do with him, um, that, kind of lesson planning and then giving it to my mom. It just doesn't work. Um, so I'm kind of frustrated because right now I'm trying to come up with some sort of plan to get me home next year to homeschool. That is my goal. So I'm trying to think of a way to do that. Right now, we're not financially ready for me to stop working. So there you have it. So that's the biggest frustration, is that. But I will say that even with all of that said, I feel very, very blessed to have a family that is supportive of this venture. A family who is not only supportive, but really actively engaged. I mean, my younger sister is his entrepreneurial studies coach or teacher or whatever. So she teaches him how to do what they've done so far are necklaces that he sold at an African Heritage Festival, and both of them will be making the necklaces for upcoming holiday bazaars and things of that nature. Then I have my older sister who works with him on PE type stuff, and excuse me, she also wants to work with him on robotics projects, so that should be interesting. And then, of course, my husband, who's done a great job with him with art, and they go fishing. He learned how to, I don't even want to know what you call it, descale or scale a fish or something that he caught. So, and he's teaching him a lot of home ec stuff as well. Then you have my mom, who's just so nurturing and loving, and she's really good at the whole character building aspect and just other things. And I must say that since we began September the 1st, that his handwriting has improved like 200%. My mother does not play. So I'm extremely excited about that. But I guess those are the three things I wanted to come clean about. The play dates and how irritating it is to try to schedule that sort of thing, especially when winter is about to come upon us, and I don't want to even go outside. And then the lesson planning, I think that's going to improve as I, get into a rhythm and get rid of this cough. And then me wanting to be home, I just need to figure out a way to make it happen. But that's me coming clean, and hopefully we can get things cleared up that have been challenging. That's it. And so I do apologize for this unorganized, choppy video, but I'm extremely sleepy. I haven't gotten much sleep, but I wanted to get this in before I forgot. And I know the end of October is coming, but I wanted to participate. So thanks for listening. All right, bye bye.